This is a video about buying a vehicle in the United States as an international visitor. My name is Matt Copenhaver. I'm the founder and CEO of Visitor.us, which helps international visitors to America buy vehicles as an alternative to renting. Today, I'm talking about the process of buying a vehicle in the United States. If you'd like to know more about registering or insuring a vehicle in the US, or selling one at the end of your visit, or exporting it or keeping it in the US, check out those videos below. Right now, let's jump into the subject of buying a vehicle in the US. There are 4 things that you need to think about when buying a vehicle in the United States: identifying the vehicle, checking the vehicle out, paying for the vehicle, and the documents involved in purchasing a vehicle. Identifying a vehicle. The first step to buying a vehicle in the US is identifying a suitable one. Vehicle search engines are a great place to start. You might look at AutoList, CarGurus, and AutoTrader are a great place to start if you're looking for a normal vehicle. If you're looking for a motorcycle, CycleTrader is great. And if you're looking for an RV, RVTrader is also good. You should be aware of a couple of things when viewing vehicle listings online. About half of all dealers add some sort of extra fee onto the purchase price of a vehicle that's not advertised on a website. So make sure that you contact the dealer and understand what the out-the-door price is before committing to a vehicle purchase. Sales taxes and registration fees are never included in a vehicle's advertised price. That is up to the buyer to pay, and they will be above and beyond the vehicle's advertised purchase price. When a buyer starts the purchase process on a vehicle, that vehicle can remain listed on a dealer's website up until the moment that that sale closes. So always contact the dealer to make sure that that vehicle is still available. You might also look into buying a vehicle from an individual seller or a private party. Craigslist is the largest classified ads platform in the United States, and that's a great place to look for used vehicles for sale. Facebook is another great resource for finding used vehicles for sale. Finally, online auction sites such as Bring a Trailer and Cars and Bids are a great way to find unique and rare cars for sale. There are 3 ways you can check out a vehicle remotely. It's Vehicle History Report, Title Brands, and a pre-purchase inspection. The most commonly used vehicle history report in the US is Carfax. It'll tell you when the vehicle has been serviced, as well as when the vehicle has been bought and sold, as well as any accidents the vehicle has been in. Carfax will also tell you if there are any brands on the vehicle's title. A title brand indicates that a vehicle may be unsafe to drive. It has been in some sort of accident or had some sort of damage. Common title brands include salvage, junk, flood, and hail. Although other ones exist, these are the main ones to look out for. You would do well to just steer clear of vehicles that have a brand on the title. Vehicle history reports and title brands are a great way to start learning about a vehicle's history, but they don't necessarily tell you about the shape that the car is in now. For that, you might like a pre-purchase inspection. It used to be that you'd bring your vehicle to a mechanic to inspect your vehicle before you purchase it. Now, the mechanics can come to your vehicle. Services like Lemon Squad, Car Checks, and Your Mechanic will send a certified mechanic out to test drive and inspect your vehicle. You can get a comprehensive report in 48 to 72 hours for about $150. If you're buying a vehicle remotely and want a bit more security around the condition of your vehicle right now, a pre-purchase inspection is always a good idea. Paying for the vehicle. Paying for the vehicle in this day and age is quick and easy, right? Wrong. Card networks add 4 to 5% to any purchase price, and in some cases the transaction can be reversed or denied. So credit cards and debit cards aren't often used for vehicle purchases. The most common way to pay for a vehicle in the US is a cashier's check. It's a special type of check issued by a US bank that cannot be canceled or reversed. It's a very secure way of accepting payment for a vehicle if you're selling one. But if you don't have a US bank account, getting a cashier's check can be difficult or even impossible. So if you can't use a credit or debit card and you can't access a cashier's check, what are your options for paying for your vehicle? Well, cash, US dollars always work. PayPal can be another option. Most individuals and some dealerships have a PayPal account these days. Then there's bank transfers. Let's talk about bank transfers for a minute. In the US, we use the Automated Clearinghouse System, or ACH. ACH is a bank transfer protocol that unfortunately doesn't communicate very well outside of the US with systems like IBAN. As a result, international bank transfers to and from the United States can be terribly stressful and take as long as 7 to 10 business days to complete. So if you want to pay for a vehicle in the US using a bank transfer, what's the best way to do it? Wise, the company formerly known as TransferWise, is the easiest solution that we've found to pay for a vehicle in the US. With a couple of mouse clicks, you can open a bank account in your home country and another one in the United States. Then there are 3 steps to paying for a vehicle. 1. Fund your home country Wise account with a domestic transfer from your home bank. Because this is done domestically, this can happen very quickly. 2. Transfer your money from your home country Wise account to your US dollar Wise account. This happens instantly with Wise and at rates that are 2 to 4 times cheaper than traditional bank transfer fees. 3. Now that your money is in your US Wise account, you can make a domestic transfer with the ACH system to the seller of the vehicle, and that can happen very quickly because it's a domestic transfer. Using Wise to pay for a vehicle purchase in the United States can save you stress, time, and money. I'd encourage you to set up your Wise accounts as soon as possible. There's one more thing to think about when paying for a vehicle in the United States, and that's timing. While ACH transfers happen much quicker than international bank transfers, they don't happen instantaneously. They can take a few hours or even a business day to complete. So if you're using a bank transfer to pay for a vehicle in the US, there will always be a span of time where the vehicle seller has both the vehicle and your money at the same time. Your job is to mitigate the risk of something going wrong here. If you're buying from a dealer, there's not much of a risk. They're bonded and insured, and they have a reputation to uphold. It's not in their interest to sell a vehicle to another person after they've already sold it to you. Private parties aren't usually bonded and insured, and they're not as interested in upholding their good reputation for selling vehicles. So before initiating a bank transfer to a private party or to a dealer, it's always a good idea to document the purchase of a vehicle with a buyer's order or a purchase contract. You want to document the vehicle's year, make, model, VIN, as well as the purchase price and the date of the transaction. Having a contract in place helps manage the risk that the person selling you the vehicle takes your money and then sells the vehicle to someone else. The documents. When you buy a vehicle in the US, the key document is the title. This is the vehicle's official ownership document, and the vehicle doesn't belong to you until the seller completes the seller section of the title and signs where required. The vehicle's title is its ownership document, but it doesn't give you permission to drive on public roads. For that, you need a registration, license plates, and insurance. For more information about those documents, check out our video on the subject. For the purposes of owning a vehicle in the US, obtaining the title, properly completed and signed by the seller, is the most important thing. So those are the key things to know about buying a vehicle in the US. Identifying the vehicle, checking it out, paying for the vehicle, and obtaining the vehicle's ownership document, its title. The next step in the process is registration. For more details about that subject, check out our videos below. If you'd like to buy a vehicle in America, even if you're just visiting, get in touch with Visitor.us today.